I love to hear the echo. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Bootin', bootin', bootin'. Good morning, Sunapee. Good morning. Anybody up?
You might be as surprised as I was to learn that Steven Tyler, rock and roll royalty, is an early riser.
This is Mia, my daughter. Erin, darling, my significant other. And oh, how significant she is.
I caught up with Steven far, far away from the spotlight in the teeny tiny town of Sunapee, New Hampshire, where Steven and his only sister, Linda, spent every summer of their childhood. After achieving enormous success and fame, he bought his own house on Lake Sunapee. His family still lives in the area.
Good morning, Linda. My sister, Linda. Uncle Eddie. Who wants eggs?
Who would think Steven Tyler, lead singer of Aerosmith, star of American Idol, is just as at home in the kitchen?
Good old goat milk for breakfast.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's not bad. Y'all, how about a toast? A song in our hearts?
Yes.
And the thought of perhaps an interview with Oprah.
Cheers.
Okay, let's go. Hey, you again.
You want the pillow here?
We're gonna start.
All right, so what do I do with my legs here?
Yes?
That double page of.
Now, what happened when you got the call for American Idol? What'd you think? Last year, as a judge on American Idol, he brought new life to the country's biggest television show.
I think maybe you're going to Hollywood!
Steven has a unique way with words.
Well, hellfire, save matches, a duck and see what hatches. What?
A huge heart.
I just heard your fiancé sing, and he's so good. That's why he sings so good, because he sings to you.
And at 63, can still flirt with the best of them.
Sexy. Where is your pitchfork, you little devil?
The long-running show earned its best ratings in years.
I actually put it out there right before, when I was getting it, just before it was the 9 years of me of spinning out again after having 12 years sober. My girlfriend, one morning, Erin, she goes, "You're going to Betty Ford." I went, you. And I went into the bathroom at Liv's house, and I crushed something up and snorted it, and I came out and said, "How dare you? You need it more than I did." 2 days later, I called my best friend, Frank Angio, out of plane, and he flew me out to Betty Ford. And I got a chance to, at 62 years old, stop and go, clean me, start from bottom to end.
So she said you're going to Betty Ford, and then American Idol. You get the call.
Well, before I went there, I said to my manager, I said, "I don't care, get me something to do. If I'm going in there, when I come out, I want something."
So you had said to your manager, find me something, and the manager came up with American Idol?
No,
Actually,
no.
you got the call
I said, get me American Idol or something. I'd been talking to Marty Fredrickson, who I write songs with, and he was writing songs with Kira, who was one of the judges on there. So we went and wrote a song as soon as I got out of there, and they said, "You got to do American Idol. You'd be a perfect judge for it." So, unbeknownst to me, they were already looking.
Isn't it true that when Kira called, you said, "Is it still getting good ratings?"
I did. I got the text I can show you. I saved it.
She said, text, yeah.
"How are the ratings?" And I also thought, am I going to take over for this Grinch, this grump, who likes to put people down the list?
You mean Simon?
The last thing I heard Simon say was, "I don't like you, and I don't like country and western." I thought, how dare you? That's not what music's about, not liking a genre. That's really not nice.
So, you were worried about replacing Simon or not worried?
I thought maybe they might like that. They might have liked someone who went, "You suck, get out of here." And they might be used to that particular character in the show. And then I thought, there's something about my character that I like a lot. There's something about me that's enamoring. I've seen how I can change people with just sitting with them. I like that. I took a chance. Had a late night dance with the missus who was ready to play. Wasn't me. She was fooling when she told me she was doing. She told me how to walk this way. She told me to walk this way. I just always thought I could, and I went, I'm going to take a chance and see if, compassion and love
And playfulness.
And maybe fun, you know,
Yeah.
not too stupid, but,
Yeah.
you know, but, you know, could be the new black.
The last time I interviewed Simon, he was saying that he was running out of things to say. Well, you've only been doing it one season, but sometimes when people come up and they are really, really bad, so bad that those of us at home think, God, is this a plant that this person's this bad?
Yeah.
Are you thinking, what am I going to say?
I have taken a few things and kept putting them in my top pocket. Like, you know, one of them was great. So my friend Mark Hudson said, did you eat a lot of paint chips as a child? You know, and did you bump your head on the way in here? And I use them quite frequently, but they use it. I can't go there again. So I got to think. I got to think some things up, because believe me, some of them come in there dressed like a car and go, "To dream the end." I go, you don't really think you can sing? And they'll look and go, what? That's when my heart breaks. What? My grandfather told me I could sing. Mom told me I can sing, and I've been watching Idol for the last 10 years. Are you saying I can't sing? And now I go, oh. Oops.
Oh, you were serious.
Oh, yeah.
Like you came in here and you were serious. Yeah.
That's just hard for me.
Yeah.
Is
it hard for you to hurt people's feelings?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm so codependent. Now, if I was this close to them, like you and I, I'd say, you didn't really come in here and try to fool us, did you? I could do it, but they're far away, and I'm sitting next to J-Lo. Alpha,
Yes.
you know, female, Twella Eternis herself. and Randy, I'll say something, I'll go, you know, I'll get flungered with my lips. I just, you know, I think, you know, you really didn't hit the notes kind of so good. And Randy will go, really? Really, Stephen? And then I get, oh, God.
So when Rolling Stone said that you brought Idol back, that great review about you bringing Idol back, how did you feel?
I felt so good. You got to know that I didn't ever. Why would I do Idol?
Yeah.
I came from the era where you had to play clubs. You had to show your worth by dancing and playing every night. And if you didn't fall down and learn how to get back up, and then fall down and get back up, you got intestinal fortitude.
Right.
I'm not coming on Idol and singing the first time, and if I'm okay, then I win. Half these kids that we sent home are twice as good as Janis Joplin was when she first sang her first note, or I was. I look at these kids and I go, oh my God, I really sucked. I would have gotten thrown off the show. And all these kids need is 2 or 3 years of clubs, and they could be as good as anyone out there.
So do you feel that for a lot of these kids who are coming through, that, you know, more experience, more time, more work would make a difference?
Sure. I'm letting kids go. And I see a glimmer in all of them, but we're looking for the American Idol, and I have to say to them, you know, this is American Idol. You're going to have to go up in front of millions of people, and America's going to vote on you. I got to tell you right now, you're going to have to go back. But here's the good news. Work on it for another year. Don't be, see, I didn't want to tell anybody they suck and can't sing, simply because.
Even when they really can't.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why.
Even when they really can't.
I'll tell you why. How many children have been sang to by mothers when they're 3 years old that can't sing, but they went, you are the angel of my life. And they're singing to the baby as it's breastfeeding. I don't want someone to tell someone there they can't sing and they go home and now they'll never sing to their baby.
But you know this more than anybody. You know what kind of energy you have to put out to get 30,000 people to be right there with you. To have an audience of millions of people around the country watching, to be right there with you. And, you know, you've done that to the point of, you know, breaking your feet and losing your voice and all of that other, the kind of that thing that it takes to be able to not just sing, but to be able to hold that audience. Are you also looking for that?
I am. That glimmer of that certain something that I know not what. Because you can't really put your finger on it. But, you know, we'll find him. Because as good as Randy is in his music, as good as J-Lo is, and as good as I am, that's what we're going to spot it, you got it.
What did it do for you when you realized that all these years, you've been performing 40 years, on stage, thousands of people, fans, and now middle America, grandmothers, grandfathers, 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 18-year-olds, the world has embraced you?
Lots of nights when I was alone in the house up there in Laurel Canyon, I thought to myself, I knew it. I knew it.
Really?
I had some sort of magic that, in the band in the beginning, that was kept under wraps. Bands, this band in particular, we were treated like mushroom farmers. We were kept in the dark and covered with bullshit.
Oh, really?
Now I'm doing Idol, and I'm hitting that middle America, and it's just made me think that I had something else a little bit more than resonated, other than the dark side and rock and roll.
Is it hard to read about yourself in your daughter's book? Okay, Steven Tyler's taking me to his magical space.